No, I didn't do any kind of research, but just thinking off the top of my head throughout my life, I can't think of any good things. I can't think of hearing any good things that the CIA name has been tied to. Most of what I heard is them assassinating black leaders or being involved in stuff like the 9/11 bombings and stuff like this. I can't hear of them being tied to anything positive. Unless you're talking about the movies, which seems to make them heroes in certain situations. And so here I got a video from the African Diaspora News Channel. He's playing a clip from him covering this topic back in 2018, and he's covering it again today in 2025. And it's basically talking about these human-like masks that are being utilized by the CIA, who have admitted, he has a video showing that they admit to using these type of masks that are not necessarily exclusive to black faces, but the fact that they are using them with their reputation, do you really think that is something positive? Do you really think that they're using it for something positive? And I ask y'all this because for those that truly believe that things in this system can change to the better, if you have the CIA framing people for stuff, specifically black people, I mean, because why else would you come up with human-like masks? And I mean, they showing these versions to the media, which are not all perfect. So you could just imagine that is possible, that they have something that looks even better that they don't show. I mean, they showing what's available to the public and to the movies and stuff like that. But I mean, you can imagine that they'd be hiding an even better version, considering they're the CIA or whoever with the connections to get access. You can imagine that they can probably have something even better and be using it for not so good purposes. And so this goes into another reason why I say separation is the only path towards growth, forward movement. Because if they're framing you to paint you to look a certain way in the eyes of the world, not just here in America, but the world, if they're going so far to do these things, do you really think that they have an end game in mind for racism? I don't think so. I think it's going to continue, despite some of their leaders' best efforts. They're not going to be able to completely eliminate it until we stop supporting it, stop being a part of their society, of their system. We need our own space to do our own thing. Because if their government is doing stuff like this, no, I mean, there is no, I mean, you got your spies, right? And you think about our relations with the rest of the world, our reputation. There is no good excuse for them to be dressing up anybody like a black person and doing anything. No positive justification for that whatsoever. I mean, because if your goal is to collect information from some bad people, I mean, what black people are organized so well that they would be a threat to the level of the CIA, other than what we've witnessed in the past? Black leaders, people that are trying to fight for the people, do right by the people. What other reason would they have to be utilizing black faces? And so I definitely recommend people take a look at this video, type in that title on YouTube and watch his full clip of this. I think he did an excellent job and makes an excellent point. But yeah, I mean, people, you can't, there is no positive way to coexist when you got their system involved in stuff like this. I mean, because they're constantly trying to paint themselves as being good people and through movies and stuff like that. But when you look at their track record and the facts, the real life facts, it don't quite add up. So I'm gonna play this first part, and then fast forward a little bit forward through so y'all can see the. I'm gonna play what he was showing back in 2018, and then I'm gonna fast forward and show the clip that he is posting for today.
question most of you probably asking, why would they make something like that? You saw how realistic those masks look? You saw the guy had the gloves that look like black hands? So think about this. The white supremacists go and get these masks and these gloves. They put on hoodies or whatever, get in cars and just roll up on innocent black people and start killing them. And then notice, nobody never know who did the shooting. People from Chicago tell me it's cameras all over the place, and none of these shootings are never solved. You know why they're not solved? Because the white supremacist cops on the Chicago Police Department are involved. That's why. And it's setting it up where these white supremacists come in and kill the black people. And then in the media, it's blamed on Pookie and Ray Ray that's thugging. They're the one that's doing it. Come on. There's just common sense here. Let's think critically, ladies and gentlemen, that come from the black communities. Yes, we know the thugs and what they do, but they don't do this. All right, so I just wanted to just give you a recap. Just give you a recap from 2018, ladies and gentlemen. I saw a comment say Lisa Parker more go there if you
in the real world of intelligence.
Here we go.
Mission Impossible is known for, especially when Tom Cruise takes off that mask. Is there any kind of technology that achieves that in the real world of intelligence?
Well, the movies have a lot of options that real life does not offer to you, but the idea of a mask that you could quickly put on, quickly take off was very real, and something that we used with some discretion, but we used it when we needed it and got great results.
Did I read that you had a mask that made you look like an African-American man? Is that right?
That was probably the first one that I took public. That means within the CIA. I briefed some directors and told them great results.
Did I read that you had a mask that made you look like an African-American man? Is that right?
That was probably the first one that I took public. That means within the CIA. I briefed some directors and told them we had this capability. We were looking to be able to change your gender and your ethnicity and even perhaps create a twin if we needed that.
Hold on. So
even perhaps create a twin if we needed that.
Now you see that sister's face? Now you see that sister's face? You saw her face? And this woman's saying this with a straight face, y'all. Now we go back. Let's go back to what she said back here. Hold on.
African-American man, is that right?
That was probably the first one that I took public. That means.
But yeah, check out that full video, man. With their reputation, do you really think that they're doing anything positive with this? I don't hear anything good from their work. Everything I hear about them is bad. And you can sit up there and, a lot of this stuff that I hear is backed by the facts. On paper. So it's like they do nothing to try to clean up their image. Not that I would expect them to, but this is what we're dealing with, people.